And, Coach, we come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Cleveland Browns. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Hey, 180, 53, check 53. 3 butt.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. He's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the 25 on second down, Newton. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down, Green Bay.
Set. 180. Check 50. Great.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Now this throw caught left side. 22 yards there, a first down. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Now Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
20.
Newton to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Newton now to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Shrimp that ball. I got it.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. How it's long distance now, let's go to that play.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Mayfield looks to throw. That's taken in by Callaway. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Set. 180. Watch my forward. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
3rd and short yardage. Mayfield under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Mike, guys, game situation. Let's go. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
2nd and 5 now. Newton. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. Out of the gun, Newton. And that's complete to Adams. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. It's Jones. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Watch the screen. Gun.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And watch your leg. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Hey, look. Great.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. On 1st and 10, Newton. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Myles Garrett, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Newton. And that will be incomplete.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And this one is right through. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Let's go. Good.
The Browns drive about to get started. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Watch the run, watch the run. Check 31, check 31.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
All day, all day. Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Right there. 54. 54 Mike.
It's a party.
From the gun, Mayfield. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Here's Sam Cook now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And it's taken in at the 9. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their 2 drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 40, past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 85 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
coming.
Alert, 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 alert.
Right, check, 59, 59.
Hey, wahoo.
Every day.
Watch out.
Mayfield to throw it. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Regular.
Check 59, Mike.
Hey, echo.
Mike the 59.
Working out of the gun. Mayfield gets this one to Hill. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk...
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
We got this. 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Right there.
The Browns drive about to get started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. Pistol. Y'all playing the wrong football. Switch.
Here's Mayfield. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Rashawn Gary in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now Mayfield. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
These guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
20.
Throwing is Newton. Looking deep for Adams. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
We can't be stopped.
Intercepted. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 14.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give them 32 on the play. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Hey, exit. 54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Here we go, here we go. Here we go.
First down, Mayfield. He finds Taylor, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Check it out, Reed. Real.
Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Out of bounds at the 28-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
180.
Mike spot 4.
I got you. King.
Mike 54.
Point it right.
Some got man.
Check that.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd.
That one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, They'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead going to an opposite color jersey.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Wildville.
On third down, Mayfield. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Check 53's Mike. Watch the curl.
From the 38, Newton looking deep for Adams. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, check. 3.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And he comes back with one complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
First down, Green Bay.
Ready. 57. Watch the pass. Check 99. Check 99. 8.
On first down, it's Jones. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his second touchdown of the night. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
At the 29-yard line.
180. 50, Mike, 50. Pistol. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Hey, alert 33. Slam.
From the 29, Mayfield is going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
I'm letting you know right now. Run. Show it.
Throwing, Mayfield. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big play there for the Browns. 45 yards.
First and 10 at the 27.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now. 1st and 10. Stepping up, he'll try and run. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down and 4, Mayfield. It's Hill, complete. The Browns' passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's another Browns 1st down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Good. 180. Check. Watch 54. Regular. Cut. Check. Crunch.
Here's a quick throw caught by Higgins. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
I'm here all day. Kill.
Run.
Mayfield down. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. He is racking the sacks up. Charles, 5 last week, now 2 here.
I don't care what they've done in scheme. It's not working. I mean, you can do it all day long, all night long. They did it all week, and it hasn't worked. And, in fact, on that last sack, I thought I saw him drop a Pro Bowl ballot at the feet of the quarterback and say, here's a 10 right in my name.
He keeps playing like this. He'll be dropping those ballots from a plane above the city. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Check three.
Point it right.
Quick dash.
Takes 3. 218, chopper.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Packers 27, Browns nothing. Greg Zerline on for the field goal. A 23-yard pass.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, a tough day for this offense continues. One of their best chances to get on the scoreboard there, couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's not looking like it's going to happen for them today, does it? I mean, opportunity after opportunity, play after play has gone against them the entire game. They probably feel a little bit like Schleprock, got that black cloud over their heads.
No room to be had there on the 1st down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Second and 10 at the 20-yard line.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
They gonna need some therapy.
They'll go again to Jones. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Hey, man, 180. 54. Mike, 54. Okay, double up. My turn.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead now down to 20. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10.
It's going to be a long day.
Operating from the gun, Newton. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
First down.
After the run by Jones, here's first and 10.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
From the gun, Newton. That's going to be caught. Give them 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people are thinking about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones with his third touchdown and 18th on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield, and he slings one that's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
On 2nd down, Mayfield again. This pass complete to Higgins. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Mayfield. Rashawn Gary, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
3rd and long for Mayfield. That's taken in by Callaway. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Now Mayfield on 4th down. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's Hill. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
From the 38, Mayfield. And this one's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. A big play there on the option. 56 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. He's at the 50. 30, the 20. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Well, there you go, from red zone to red zone on that fumble return.
It's amazing how fast things can turn around, isn't it? I mean, it looks like one team's driving, got everything taken care of. All of a sudden, the ball's on the ground or popped in the air, and whoosh, there you go in the other direction. Good job by the defense. You see how they practiced that, too. You can tell. Coordinated. As soon as they got the ball, everyone turned to block someone and try and help him along the way.
And now set up here in terrific field position. Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it?
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Justice Hill, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead now down to 20. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it.